Inside Story Uganda. Real source of political update.
You see,
Anya sent as
Banga Demia Kaminji. That's why I'm very worried. Muntu wazala abana nga bafa beegaya. Bulula bomwana wonga yeegaya. Weza nobuto mutwala mu ddwaliro. When I look at history, the Uganda has suffered. Why? Succession battles. And I've written much about succession. When one listens to this tape, recorded tape, he may think that I'm supporting the one who is speaking. But at the end, he castigates me. And the money we're talking about, I don't get it. What is my interest? I don't believe that in you, apart from Miso, that has this technology. Era Bobi nti hatukwata hatya. Murundi umbaga nti tuwekwata feka. Nibabandi kupupula nembu kwata. Nibagenda ku Zoom nemba kwata. Nibagenda kulandira ine nemba kwata.
Wano succession eriwa.
Anti kibalwanira. Omusajja akugambye. Kubanga the problem is njagala mbibaleetere. The fake tape reflects a person who is very bitter. That was almost arrested, but an equally powerful force went and instituted him. Where are we going? Are we going to an coordinated troop movement? Is a Muhanga Negundi? Is a Bacholi?
Mami Tamale, is the succession war real?
Yes. Nzeka nyini abasajja abo babateza. Mbawereza message. I participate with them. Kubamba laba kubiwa.
Otesa nabo?
On video. Nakati mbawereza message. Mbamba laba. They meet every day. Do you people save us from this, from chaos? Allow everybody who wants to be president to campaign freely. Don't think nti onomukodi wa president ebyo ba spin doctors. The moment you say ti buli muntu yenna mu ggwanga ayagala oba president yajeyo empapula era atandike, because we are lucky. The president threw a corpse and the cannibals came out. Yatandika ale Museveni provoked the opposition into another election as if we are going there tomorrow. Kubanga aina advantage. Ti Museveni yajewo 75-year cup. He is a coach player. Bwe batawana ikayingira. Yes.
Sawa chiyingira.
Ikisawa chiyingira, we are safe. If you fail, Kalasa Bwala yalimu.
Kalasa Bwalia.
Yes. We are safe. Kakati mbagamba. Gwalaba emikolo ya Muhoozi njigendako.
Anakulebe kuguno guka.
First of all, I know I'm his supporter. He knows me. No question. He knows me. When a child resembles his father, cannot be taken to any You cannot go to Museveni and tell him that Mirundi supports opposition. He has suffocated me for 9 years. Kuba mwena lemu. Kutwali munsi kubatu kama ngante. How do we test an enemy? Nabajasiba ulutwane babitegeera. Nabajasiba obote. Bwe bakwatanga ne mundu nga bakajipange. Bakwatanga okutegeera omuyekera. Nga baga ntipange mundu. Kati omusiru nga ajipanga. Kabategeera. Nabagamba omusajja yefuula kasiru n'ayita kwasiba omusolo namugamba wamwega kasiru genda mwebale nnyo bassebo kubanga yali tamanyi ti must play that role of kasiru throughout. Tie omusajja omugamba nti batule yafa ate bw'aba n'osindikayo omukazi wakuule lwaki abamuyingiza logi n'olayendulu. If he is an important man, you should be satisfied that nothing is going to happen. Kakati tempapulira. Every intelligence organization can have this information. Even if they have it, the president, the man is bitter. This is a fake tape. Very bitter. Nayo jamuchi. The gist of the discussion. Somebody is discussing with him. And in these days, they praise me. Everybody in their meeting says, I'm a highly intelligent man. You hear him, that the president told him, don't antagonize. Toine chogena mukola. Nze mumya nabala. Tibanjoze, bansi, ndikidoli. Bwebaba wakolo, waliwa yakolo, ukuni. President's office, let's follow you.
Wagana.
I refuse to go there. Nababali de miaka 10. Nentegera nti in every 10 years the political dispensation changes. In every 50 years society changes. The Rwandese went back after 50 years. The people of Benghazi came to Tripoli after 42 years. Germany united after 50 years. The Soviet Union collapsed after 70 years. Then Russian Federation is going to collapse.
Putin.
Yes. Kati nze politics mumanyi. Kati nkugamba. Bo mistake chebunkoze. What these people abalwanira obusika mistake je bakoze ziliyezi. Next time ngenda kuleta akatabo kange rules and principles of succession. Nakawandika mu 2:11. Rule ngamba tegedde bamba bazibani bonna. Ninga kanyamba abantu bano. Nasoma political science. Rules katika nkubulire. Banechi balimi kyonna kiri kimu. If you don't understand how things work, you make very big mistakes. One, if you want your daughter to become a Catholic nun, you cannot allow her to engage in sex. That is known. Omuwala amaze okuzaalako tasobola genda mu bunnaddiini.
Kikwatagana kitane ebiriwo.
Anti singa balanga kati tuwagala bank manager nga wa Bachelor of Commerce abasoma arts abaisole basaba. Yes, it is a failure to understand. To succeed the president, to be a successor, wetaaga ki? Kuba tulina amakubo mangi. Are you going to stage a coup? Are you going to stage a revolution? No, an orderly succession. And we have two scenarios where the incumbent is in charge, like Museveni. Museveni is in charge to choose a successor and influence a successor. Two, where the incumbent does not have a scenario where an incumbent cannot choose a successor. Abantu bayise mu luguudo gwe toyogerwako. Yes, katulina scenarios ibiri. Two, what are the catchment areas of a successor? One, the first family. Two, opposition. Three, unknown.
So look over anywhere.
Yes. Kakati gwogwawa.
Okay.
Yes. Nze waffe.
President ali mu position of choosing his successor.
Museveni is in charge. Why I have told you that once the 75-year cap was removed, it gave Museveni a chance to become a coach player.
Akibalekera mukiyiwa nga ajja.
Tewaliwo term limits, tewaliwo age limit. And I can tell you, Kenyatta became the Prime Minister of Kenya at the advanced age of 75. Kibaki became the President of Kenya at the advanced age of 77. Ronald Reagan became President of America at the advanced age of 75. Babuza Clinton, nti, what are you commenting on the age difference between you and Senator McCain? Bill Clinton was 45, McCain 75. Nambuza ntichi. Yabaga nti no, the age difference does not matter. What matters is the ideas one has for America.
Oh.
Senator McCain was 78. The man during the crunch, the man who restored the Italian economy was Professor Napoleano, 95 years, Birmingham University. The man who made the foundation of China, apart from Mao, Deng, was 85.
So Mama Seven and China potential. Okay.
Atafe mu byofuzi batugamba. Leaders become pragmatic in old age. Omusota omukadde ye nalongo okuluzi. Wama nalongo da kunkomanse n'amazzi kuba tegukyabojja tegukyatya abantu. Do you believe a younger Nyerere could have accepted to step down? Do you believe a younger Kaunda, Kenneth, would have accepted a humiliating defeat on Chiruba? Eh? Yes. Do you believe a younger Kamas Banda in Mwanzi, in Polokoma, would have considered defeat? Leaders become pragmatic in old age. Museveni we yagamba. Lwaki abasibe bebasalira ogw'okufa bali emmere yange. Akalabba kaali kaasirika dda. Omusajja atta abantu kalabba abajjinja. Ne bamuleeta nze nategeera nti agenda kuwanika. Museveni yawanika Kasimu Obula. Yawanika Sebirumbi. Yawanika nani omulala. Has he, at the age of 43, has Museveni ever done it?
No.
He plays around with the Nasulu. Amukona ku lubuto. Nasulu. Olubuto lulimu ebiwuka. Bagundi bano muhikirwa atola abatadde. Gundi ani Lwakasisi is a senior advisor to Museveni on security.
Nesinga kyali mbiseera biri.
Abadduka Museveni be yafundiriza nga wa myaka 43. Yabawanika kalabba bali batye emmere yange. I'm telling you, that's why the Kenyans are talking about Raila. Timuto, manya mukadde. But you see, what is important is not Timuto babukadde.
Ideas.
No, 3 issues. The constitution. I'm telling you, change the constitution to reinstate term limits. So that we have a foundation. Because once the first president Moi surrendered the power after the defeat, Kibaki surrendered the power. Uhuru has not contemplated extending his term by 1 hour because the foundation was made.
Okay, well,
olunaku Nyerere luyavaako ne Hassan Mwinyi n'avaako ne Gundi n'avaako Kikwete tewali agenda kulemerako. Kati ffe tetuzimbangako foundation yeyo.
Okay, wewale njaga tugende buterevu wali Mwami Tamale standby generator ogo oyagala ennyo guwagira ennyo wetwogera yatwaliddwa dda mu kooti.
That's rubbish.
Ye General Mbadi ne Attorney General Gawaya tegula gamba political statements.
Andi nkubuulire Gawaya tegule. Let me tell you. Me I know. Ku lunaku lw'omukaaga omusajja yayita abantu mu meeting ne batajja. Why? Politics is a perception. Abantu bonna badduse dda. Omanya amaanyi Muhoozi ge yampa. Omanya amaanyi Muhoozi ge yampa.
Galiwo Mwami Tamale. Amaanyi yakuwa
abantu bakeera wange. Anti-politics is a perception. Ate bonna beeteeka
okuyita okuba ku committee.
Ate bonna nze amaanyi ge nnina gyo natuuliriza aba gundi 5 abayimbi abakubye ennyumba za standby generator nze batwalireyo.
Abagalo zitwale wa General.
Yes. Olwaleero njogedde n'abeerukungiri. Mwanange mbadde sikimanyi. Ono omusajja Ambulozi Kibuuka. Sigamba nti be Baganda beerukungiri. Mukatuliki Ambulozi Kibuuka lya mujulizi.
Oh.
Yes. Era omusajja azze n'abantu nga 10. Ne banga nti omusajja ono omulaba ne bandaga n'ebifaananyi bye. Ono ye si mubbi. Omusajja ayagala bwagazi kintu. Era ebadde akiteekamu ssente n'ewakaawe naki kyonna.
So Gawaya
abavudde mu East Nile abavaawa ewange kati sebo nange nina gazebo kati ewange ngenda gula nyumba mpya nimuto wange tanampa yadde 10 ne baganziina nabagamba nti muganda bwa batalina kyakuwa teyogeranga
gwatayagala singa wali oyagala singa wafuna.
But let me tell you,
what is Gawaya going to achieve?
Let me tell you, when lawyers go to court, nze abaana ba lawyer babiri. My children were biological, but I don't go to court. Nze ngendera mubiri biri. Byote biyita abajulizi sente entono.
Ogendera?
Mubiri. Erifu 3. Abasi nayingira tuleera. Nze newunya n'abannumba olumbani. Empisa ogitakule kundi. Nti abasi Let me tell you, why do lawyers go to court? Lawyers go to court to get published. This case can get you published. 2, lawyers go to court for precedent. What did the court rule? Because the judgments depend on past rulings. The 3rd point, they want to get a precedent, a ruling of court. In democratic societies like Uganda, is courts and a parliament that make laws. Judges through there. N'abalamuzi ba Uganda bo basala byambwa. Era ffe abapya tugenda kuteeka olimbo y'abasuma ne limbo y'abalamuzi abasala ejembwa. Yes, tugenda kukola limbo bbiri ng'omulamuzi yasala ogwembwa. Ebide bisula bivuga. Ebide limbo tewali kwebaka. Abasumye sente za gavumenti no balina limbo y'abasuma. Empingo 10 oba ba milioni 10 empingo kabuli yeberako empingo 10 abaana ne bajja ne balambula batyo obusuma n'obujuzi. Tugenda kukola limbo y'abasuma ne limbo y'abalamuzi abasala ejembwa. This how we are going to shape society. Abantu batye kubanga nakugana the Chinese are protecting their money. How? They have 3 methods. They maroon you on an island. Nobody has ever come from that island. 2, life imprisonment. 3, shooting, public execution. That's why African leaders are flocking to China. 3 issues. Katugenda kukola limbo y'abasuma
ng'ebide bivuga
babe tebebaka du wali ameka tuwabba milioni 10 ebide kabuli yo ine mpingu 10 ne wiji yo wasala ogwembwa omulamuzi ne wiji yo ne mpingu zo abaana balambulengako
atembwa
abaana balambule abaana baffe batyo okubba bazzukulu baffe. They are going to lose.
They are going to lose?
1, nabagamba Museveni kyabadde abafuga kulowooza nti Museveni is not defeatable. There is nobody who can say that Museveni is not defeatable. Nemusabira kufa, nemusabira amagye gamuwambe, nemusabira abazungu bamukube. That is defeatism. Mirundi tabikoleramu. These people thought amanyi ngajja mu State House. I left 9 years ago. Nebalowooza
that you have remained powerful.
More powerful. Because they didn't know where I derive my powers, popularity and support. But bamanyi my income. Lwabogo suffocated me. Buli business yange nazita. But none of my children atasomi under difficult conditions. Chibola sobola kuteesa nabo to get what? I will never work in this government again.
So
kakati nkugamba ne strategy yemu gye mukozeseza ku mukozi
eyogenda mu kooti
tamanyi kwogera kati bw'anaayogera tweet sinfu nabagamba timunsi tulina be tuyita ba advisors ng'aba Museveni abo ba welfare. May cannot be an advisor in Uganda's category. An advisor is welfare.
Nebe boogera si bituufu nti agenzi akola political utterances
even if anti tukugamba bwetu tukugamba mu political science tukugamba if you don't want to give your enemy publicity play him a contempt card tomwogerako. The moment you bend yourself to scratch a toy of a jigger, the jigger has defeated you. Chobola bano bagamba tumugane okwogera ku radio mutani wa kajiji kati nona agamba simanyi mugane obutambi. You were stupid. Except obutambi ngali wavudde nabo owulinga ate bw'omusanga abalamuzi abalina amagezi betusagenda kuziika mu erimbo waliwo ekituyita public interest. Can we allow this country to burn when Miso has technology? The other day a woman came to me ng'essimu ye yabukadde bubiri bagibite ku mbaga ejjinja namuwadde namugambye nti Linda eyakutte ku ssimu eyo agirina egenda kumbuulira weeri. The man had come from Uganda nagenda echinja weyabyese mukumbaga nenfuna ekifaananyi ki I zeroed ejinja wali mu nyumba ye nenjogera timukumanya woli zayise muyagizizaayo nze siri ku munaala tigenda ki wange tali ku mulaana
aliwa
owange ajja ne video era bakuga is a Russian satellite which rotates around 24 hours a day mwenda nabaga nti majini kuba yandaba mu motoka ye ne bakugamba no twekwata feka ne bibalema why this technology is high ne baleeta ne badda ku gundi ku bino bakola gundi yaabwe ngiriko abantu kyenda zino gundi communication ni ya gundi bagita batya nga tumusinkanye na muntu nga these days what we use zoom bagenda ku Chinese embassy ne babaleeta tumwebaze naleeta mu China ku baby mabenga nenkuba ebibyo kakati nkubuulira nti what if, let me tell you, you thought that Afene Muhoozi was a weak candidate. You thought that we will lock him inside the army. But the problem is nabagambye buli basiru tokkiza nawe
let me tell you
they are stupid.
Political
I gave you let me tell you I gave you a scenario that in 1985 we had peace talks in Nairobi. The first peace talks took place at Kiwoko. The government delegation of Okero Rutwa was led by Dr. Kwea, Dr. Major Kwea. At that time I was in contact with Salim Saleh, commander. He told me this people are joking. We have high command at Mondolane, we have an foreign wound. Kubanga bwebama n'okujja Saleh yangamba abasajja batusajja amagezi baatugambye tubasange bombo naye baatuse bombo nabo badduka buddusi to top of the government to negotiate with the rebels. Senenga ndi junior lwatuka Kampala ndi Commander Salim Saleh nanga mu junior man zibasobola bali kubyabwe kakati when the first peace talks were supposed to be in Tanzania previous president of Nyerere Kaira nateka story mbabuli gangabo Mariam Mungu mutaka mu Uganda. That was the change of the equation. Tanzania, Nyerere invaded Uganda to top Idi Amin. Therefore, he could not support a government dominated by Amin soldiers, ex-soldiers. Nimuanganga bamugobi. That was their failure. Nyerere nazigoba. Nizigende Kenya. Moi wanted to look for a Nobel Prize. Naziyingiramu. Kakati, peace talks wezitandika. Nyerere azigobye. Cardinal Subuga sought permission from the Vatican to mediate between the two factions. Kubati that time titwaina bali dazibo nabasemogere babidandi bamayanja nkanje bonna bali bagenze mu government yokere Rutwa twa isolate Museveni as a womonga. Museveni kyamuyamba kyali eki teyina external support ngatwali amuteka corporation. The cardinal sought to clearance from the Pope to mediate. It was the first person to tell us that these are peace jokes. When they reached 10 points, I was in Nairobi. President Museveni arrived in Nairobi, muchata di plane, ya taine Roland. Ya ino Rupapura standard, ngane taine Roland ya Rupapura Rurwe. I remember Museveni very well. He shook hands with the Samogiri alone of the delegation. We have seen much. Samogiri Namadamati, we have seen more. I remember Museveni. Kagati, Cardinal sought to clearance from where? From the Pope. Why? The people who would arbitrate between the two factions, Museveni and the Okero's government, tebaliwo. And that's why we shifted it to Nairobi. Today, we have had Afene Muhoozi has waited patiently to solve the impasse between Uganda and Rwanda that has lasted almost 5 years. The diplomats fired. Foreign affairs fired.
But again, lera tugambye nti waliwo elements mu maje aga ezali zagala tugende ku lutalo lwayo ku lutalo ne Rwanda.
Fe mu Baganda, when you lack a man to perform a certain ratio, a Nalongo cannot alternate for.
He acts like a man.
Yes. There was a time, 2007, the president went to reconcile with the two factions that were fighting in Kenya after the elections. Museveni did not travel with any minister. That's what the problem. Why? State House, the minister in charge of the presidency would be the chief of staff in the White House of the United States. Yali badde minister. Bali badde muna babiri. Nga buli meeting ya president bajibeeramu. To know where the president is going, to communicate his communications, directives, as called a meeting. Asinganya ababoda boda, atadda ababoda boda. Tebasoma mawulire. The minister in charge of the president must communicate to the attorney general and find out how to issue an instrument. The president can only help you, pardon you, not to serve a sentence, but you must be proved. So why do
you think that the Tegule
after Museveni was pressurized by the Rairas, and I saw Museveni in difficult conditions, every time he was explaining, I appointed myself Minister of Foreign Affairs and addressed an international press conference in Nairobi.
You did that?
Yes. This man is arrogant. Museveni yabaga mumuveko, where are you? Nabakubira wechiraka. Era bwe badda mu cabinet ne balonda omwogezi ono Kenya bamuyitanga ne Opoloti. I said a Minister of Internal Affairs, Foreign Affairs in Uganda. Nembayita abamawuli international press conference.
No yogera jibali.
Yes. Why are you saying that Uganda is involved? Because the soldiers who are here, we deployed their special forces in Kenya. Why do you believe that we are in Kenya? Gentlemen and ladies, because they speak bad Swahili. I said that's idiotism. The official language of the Ugandan army is Swahili. Yes. So you cannot say, you would say, we are hearing dialects that are not foreign to our country. We are hearing people speaking, and I handled the journalists on behalf of the minister. Twagenda Sri Lanka nga tewali minister n'omu. Tewali minister yawerekera Museveni Sri Lanka. And it was embarrassing.
Do you blame
because
it on the
all
ministers?
the diplomatic documents were signed between Museveni and his wife.
So do you blame it on the
ministers? And there communication lapses in the State House. And these people, minister in charge of the president, doesn't know. Loroye, you were chief of staff. You are an equivalent. Kakati nkugamba. Muhoozi omuvunanachi. What if Muhoozi had gone for his private visit to Rwanda and this is cropped up? Yes.
How about the statement?
Did Muhoozi go with the delegation headed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs? Yagenda yeka.
But again, what about the utterances? They allege.
Yes.
Political statement he makes. Bakosa Twitter handle
Yes.
Baga nekumikolo jino. Yet is still serving an officer.
It is not who disciplines an army officer is the court martial. You are stupid. Tegule. Onukange nagisi. Onukange soji. The court. One can ask me, why did they go to the constitution? Because Tiyefunza was avoiding the court martial. Yes. The Tiyefunza's case is clear.
Abayensonga lwaki batwalidde adumire General Mbadi Attorney General
Boba singo kategule gento tegule ebyewa mbuzi komambwa. In politics we have two types of politics. We have the politics we call the politics of activity and the politics of achievement. These are playing kugumaza. You have heard the voice, the fake voice, how the man is bitter. we have a constitution. Yes, you have a constitution, but where were you? Ulikuwa wapi when this man left his role in the army and he did not go in the military uniform? What if he had gone to meet his friend, President Kagame? He's talking about Uganda is wasting millions. What's the president? The Tanzanian president is coming. Why don't you raise such issues? They're idiots.
So they have no point.
But
these are serious lawyers.
Kuchi yali awangudde chi bawuze jankoko na mbize yali damalagala. Tegule yali awangudde musango ki. Awuze jambwa mbwa yali nyedde ndiketaliyo. Who is Tegule? When you see serious lawyers avoiding such a cases, these are paid up and they will end up publicizing this man.
Muhoozi?
Yes. Because now it means instead of saying, let him come, let him open the field, Fenatukolechi.
Zabike.
Zabike. Irana bagambye. Ntigasumba. When this man called his former allies, bajemu meeting, Saturday baganye, because the power has shifted. Ekibadde kibakumi ekibadde kimu nga bali mu balance mugoza jjo batajja. 2 ku Sunday n'abayita ediwe ne batajja yakoze 3 issues ya kye yabakoze buli muntu yenna abadde mu kampu ye n'amudduka kamukubi and it is true. Basoma nyinanyizo ezo links
tumulekete tumwogera linnya
anti kango sijja mwogera naye omanyi nti basooka
ali mu kampu ezo yali mu kampu eyo
yamudduseeko amwogedde wano tibwe mukubire essimu takyajja nenyini baasi ezo kyovula baba Katumba mbasaasira bakubye mu mawulire Katumba n'aziyimiriza. Katumba gwe omanyi nanyini baasi ezo singa sinika amannyo jono Katumba amala todduka ze zisosokola akabeera
w'amaanyi nnyo
Katumba namuweereza message mugati ovabona kanti ndi konima ndi bamukuba amasasi singa munneebuuzaako ekyokubiri olaba Kasumba kyakola. Kasumba manyi kyaliko yafulumiza lisiti y'aba opposition abalya ssente mu gavumenti Kasumba baakuba. But it is dangerous. I don't agree with Kasumba. Why? If we had been having a fake opposition yebadde tuyamba as a government. So
anti ye Kasumba tali wammwe.
Anti ndedda Kasumba wona akaaba. Waweza milioni yange ku simu enkyamu. Ati wakasimanyi nakumeka nengeze ku Airtel. Airtel. Mwala ngambye ndeta national identity card yo ndimugasikirina agamba ndimugagwe tomanyi akakoleko kubunfananidde junior nemugaira guguma nti gwolero oli muwala muto kati zo mukadde wali badoma
bogeze ku service center omwana ge omfananidde Tamale Mirundi junior tamanyi ali ne senior
kakoleko kubanga omfananidde ani junior nemuga nti ali era munnange gugu ino okumanya gye emyaka gyo gati mama wange mujjukira abonyebonye nnyo nange naye Katonda amuwadde obuwangazi oba nze nina 65 nga ndi mwana wa 9 ku 11 awangadde nagende wa papa ne musabire emikisa kati nkugamba Kasumba bakola bubi
ne Kasumba obusungu abujja
wono Kasumba wono kati ona agamba let me destroy all of those who leave my camp who decamp
nebya yogera ifanaga nebyo zotugamba
ani nkubuliriza nabagamba
wano government ne kyagulanyi creation ya NRM.
Yes
ne mwami Franka bya yogera nawo oli wono
nze nabyogera dda ne yafulumiza list kati mwe kimugenda okukola oba tubadde tulina embwa yaffe etali mu mannyo kati mugenda kubyonoona oba tulina abantu betubadde omukazi n'ategeera nti omwana si wuwo tayinza kwogera nga tannamaliriza kusoma amuwayo ng'afumbirwa oba tubadde tulina ebidogodo byaffe nga tulina opposition y'ekidogodo kati ate ono agyonoona Kasumba tukoze bubi nnyo abantu bagenda kukyawa opposition
Kasumba akulira mugamba awulire
people are going to realize that this was a fake opposition and as a result they are going to withdraw their support from these leaders, we shall end up with a headless revolution. Ngeli France. Eba dangerous kuba tulina kuyogera naye. Kakati gwe bwoba onyize omuntu nakubake polotiyo tokanyuka kyapa kya ttaka. Atumuleke kunyiga kutuukaawo. Basa azikubye. Ate tugende katabo kange. Walabye ku lisiti.
Yagashumba gyafulumiza.
Gashumba ida lisiti yabo nange njina. Eyabo opposition yabadde bali sente wa Museveni nange njirina ne basi z'omusajja yazikubye ekigo ne bazitu Katumba bala tamanyi lutalo lwalwana tabuuzanga ku miso basi zikola accident bulijjo muzigalawo tu kakati ekyokusatu
waliwo munene ennyo.
Yes, it's the third point. They sent me a list all of the people who died during COVID and buried. Their details are known. The day somebody died, where he was buried or she was buried, and the burial company. They have also stated where the grave contains an empty coffin, where the grave contains a bag of cement. Kino kitugenda musikitegeera kati bakubalwa towulire bayogera ku Franka tumwebaze waliwo meeting eri wano
amanya
tekiwulidde tokawulidde mu Katambi
watugambye Butambi buli fake.
Yes, naye Katambi akali fake towulidde ngayo but mwebaze
okay okay
empty coffins. What happened to the patients? They might have taken somewhere for organ extraction before the actual death.
Okay, so Gashumba ekimwogeza bino
weri omusajja kasaba amudduseeko nabagamba tife waffe mu kyalo
one man's army
nkugambye nti waffe mu kyalo ekyatuwonya ku siriimu ajja tutta tukaddiye kasita abasajja baayika enkola abagenzi okuleka lisiti n'abakazi ne bakalisiti ti oyo namwebakako mu bitooke by'ewagundi oyo namwebako be baasomanga bonna nga batema kudda Lukaya nga tuzika ku ssaawa 2 ku 4 ku 6 ku 9 ne ku 12 kati be baasomanga kuli ewaffe ne baddukayo siriimu n'agendera nabagamba ekyokulabirako ekyokubiri ti Papa John Paul owokubiri begatta ne Clinton banyigiriza abayisirairi bawe Palestine an independent state kyebakola baleeta Clinton lewenziki namukwana ne bakuba Clinton nadduka ne mu America nakyala ekiswera okujja mu Uganda yadduka yagenda mu Congress n'abaga nti bana is not sinners sajja bamwita Lieberman omujudaya namuga me am not a sinner we are sinners like you Ekereziya abayudaya bakuba ekereziya mu America zatuuka diocese okuggalawo Papa n'agamba ti bannange abasaserdoti mufukamire mu misa mwitondera abantu naye ng'ekimukubya kunyigiriza ki bayisirairi waliwo kalinaali wamu Australia Sydney yagamba nti bana abasista batubuze tudire abawala abalungi abambala jini bakolenga mu bbaala bajje bakole emirimu gya kereziya Papa n'amugoberawo crisis ng'eri mu ekereziya nabagamba nti bwe baali baagala nga balowooza ti sentamu agenda kufuuka ekibisopo Canterbury bakuba kayanja bamale
muganda we
bakuba kayanja olupapula lwa red paper lwagamba inside homosexual mind mbukayanja agenda kuzimba Burundi essomero lya billioni nyeri ali abalenzi ne bagandi kayanja bamukutte n'omwengewa ku eno mu nyumba ye so what they are playing Gashumba is playing nti agamba oba temuli bange ono omusajja yabakuba mukambwe muzibu omuwulidde
pulidde mu Katambi.
Yes, agenda baba malewo and he controls mkuwulidde awo ng'oyogera mwagambye muwogo tumulifalinga nnyo mu Buganda
president yayogedde
yes
mulye muwogo bengati jabbe abantu ne basikayo Akatambi Kongo li radio 4
lwaki engule ya Buganda ya muwogo muginywa engule ekolebwa muwogo.
We contradicting the Mwami Tamale.
Yes.
You're contradicting
and
yourself.
How?
Because watugamba.
No, it's a fact. It's a fact that muwogo was brought by Europeans. Era tewali masomero gamulia. But omwijjako starch. What did Museveni avoid talking to? Kakati kankubuli mu Uganda tulina ebintu biri fa Abaganda, lumonde ne muwogo. Omanyi lwaki abantu batya okwogera ku lumonde?
Nedda.
Lumonde ali abusini.
Atya.
Laba akawala bwayiwayiwa ekimonde nange nkiryano nakirya. Simanyi lwaki Abaganda badde lumonde ne bamufuula ekyobuwemu. Lumonde is abusini n'okumusima. Omuganda akugamba nti asima atali wuwe, asima anigula. Mweki kitegeeza.
Sikimanyi. Bulira abantu.
Bwoba kumuka omusajja oganti oyina amaanyi mangi naye ng'oyonoona. Lumonde is abusini. But we have several proverbs about muwogo. Muwogo is referred to in times of scarcity nga bwe tuli. Abaganda bakuga nti wamala kunga muwogo. Ebikola babirya, stem nku ne tuba. 2, Omuganda nagamba nti muwogo akayira kuse. Omala kukuta muwogo nakola ki? Nakawa. Abaganda ne bakuga nti enda mawogo ezaala omulungi n'omubi. Is comparable to a woman's womb. You can have an intelligent Mirundi. Museveni couldn't talk. Don't take Museveni's argument literally. What he was saying, the alternatives. Naye simanyi Museveni yategeerera Uganda nti ekimonde tebakyogera.